An alliance with Shang too. What a lovely idea. Oh hey, Magister. Sorry about ambushing your soldiers and desecrating your temple. Let's go frolicking in the woods together with our makeup and pretty dresses.
Your Excellency, we're a neutral party. Send us to speak on your behalf.
If he won't listen to the greatest ruler in all of Avalis, why would he listen to a bunch of kids?
Can we try? Pretty please.
Just imagine how much people are going to love you for reuniting the three kingdoms against a common enemy. You'll be a hero.
Me? A war hero? Now that you mention it, I could use a few extra hands.
So you'll help us then?
What the heck? It's worth a shot.
Yay!
To the airship!
Nice.
We get to ride in that? Oh my gosh, yes.
But of course! It's equipped with everything you'll need for your trip, including your luxurious living quarters. Good luck, my friends!
Thank you!
Just imagine it, Carol. There are other worlds out there, just like ours.
We should go on a space adventure someday. Don't you think that'd be so cool?
Are you kidding? It'd be the coolest thing ever.
I remember saying almost exactly the same thing.
Did you have a change of heart?
Not really, no. I guess I just wasn't prepared for the sacrifices I had to make. Just gotta keep moving forward with the mission, I guess. No point in thinking about a past that can't be changed.
You're right.
How's the other girl doing?
Milla, I'm not sure. Can you go check on her, Carol?
Okie dokie.
I'm gonna get some sleep.
Well, I'm fine. You go on ahead.
How's it going? I'm making a wish. Oh, what kind of wish? Well, I really want to see my mommy and daddy again. Sounds like a good thing to wish for. We're gonna be going inside soon. You wanna come? Okay.
Gotta disable those ships or we're toast!
We're up high in the sky and we need to defend ourselves because we are being bombarded. This level is unique in that it's the only level in the game that is non-linear. Because we're being attacked by 3 different ships and you can choose to take them on in any order that you want. Now there's no real reason to do so. So we're just going to go from left to right and Carol is going to take on the first ship here, the metal ship. Now remember in the previous part that I was talking about bottomless pits and how they are pretty much a non-issue. Well, here we're up in the sky, so you may assume that, well, there's probably no floor, and you'd be right in that assumption. This is one of those rare occasions where, yeah, if you drop here, you're dead. But again, it makes sense here, and it's only an issue at the start and the end of these sections and the main hub area. So, you know, it's still manageable, and again, it makes sense. What's also dangerous here and more problematic probably are these guys. They are a nasty piece of work because those beams they shoot out or shout out, I want to say, because it kind of sounds like they are screaming. It's kind of like a counteract to the fact that there is no contact damage with enemies. The developers decided that, well, okay, so then invulnerability time doesn't need to be there. So If you get stuck in hit by one of those beams, you will get stun locked and get continuously pelted. And if you take the brunt of that beam, like the first part of it, I just barely made it. That's rare. But yeah, if you take the brunt of that beam, then you will really game. You didn't do the chain reaction. You will take a lot of damage. On hard, it will most likely kill you in one hit as well. So you want to be very careful around those guys. Kind of sucks, to be honest, when you get hit by them. Oops, I'm not Lilac. I wanted to boost. It's real difficult changing up the playstyles like that. I keep tripping up with the buttons like that, but oh well. Now I can boost because we got the motorcycle, which is not ideal to deal with these guys. But you know, it's manageable. Of course, you can also use the panic button in the special to stay kind of safe from the beams. But yeah, it's real dangerous. Anyway, not so dangerous is this mini boss here. And the motorcycle is also not ideal to deal with him. Yeah. Because, ooh, yeah, you get some iframes from the jump pad as well. Pretty cool. But yeah, the problem with the motorcycle is if he does the beams like this, you can't. It's kind of hard to stand exactly still somewhere. So, you know, this might also be a boss where you're just better off dismounting. Ooh. Okay, it is possible. Anyway, he's finished, so we can move on and get to the end of this section. Each of the little ships has a small mini-boss and then 2 of these cannons to destroy. And what's nice is that the hub area will actually get less attacks the more cannons you shoot down. Now you want to be careful because again, this is the end of the section and there is a bottomless pit here. And if you destroy those cannons and you jump down, you will die. So you want to be careful with that. Now, eventually, Torque will save you. We're tagging in Lilac for the fire ship. But yeah, you want to be careful at the end of each of those sections because Torque will save you. However, once you destroy the cannons, he will need some time to fly in from the left side of the screen. So if you are too fast, you will die a very embarrassing death. I speak from experience because of course I do. So yeah, be careful of that, and if you do, all will be well. So what else did we learn? Well, that Major Zhao, huh? What a piece of work that is. Quite the egotistical piece of work, but also kind of a comic relief, and it kind of illustrates nicely what I was talking about in the introduction to this series. Like, the game really has, in my opinion, a tonal issue where sometimes it tries to be overly funny and cutesy, and other times it'll get a bit darker, and the shifts are just a bit too big. And I think the only shield not actually in this level is a fire shield, funnily enough. And yeah, you'll see later on that things get kind of disturbing even. I might even put a content warning there. But oh well, let's not get ahead of ourselves because here there is another exclusive boss fight for Lilac.
You just don't know when to fold, do you?
Don't you get it? Lord Brevin's the murderer!
Thanks for the tip. Now get off our ship before I throw you overboard.
Like that'll happen.
Oh well, don't say I didn't warn you.
This one.
Come on!
Hit me if you can!
They have a little quibble. It's kind of funny. Again, the amount of details in this game are just great. Spade here is a bit difficult because he really tends to punish you for getting too close. So you want to keep your distance from him a bit and deal with him accordingly. But yeah, he can be a bit tricky. But a nice little boss fight. I really like these kind of duel things. And it's kind of interesting because now it's his ship, so he quickly changed sides. And yeah, Torque is over there, but Lilac don't need no stinking plane. She can boost. Time to call in Milla for the final stretch. Let's take on the Earth ship. So yeah, it's that story. It's pretty interesting in some ways though, because what we did learn was that, or at least what I got out of it, is that Brevin didn't really plan on the Kingdom Stone being stolen, but then the game also kind of suggests that Spade was in cahoots all along. So I don't really know what to think of it. Yeah, honestly, the story is kind of the weakest part, I guess. Or maybe I'm just too dumb to really grasp the complex intrigues that are going on. But what I kind of do like is that it's never specifically said, but we can grasp from how everything is depicted that Shuigang is the most malicious of the three kingdoms. Like it just looks like it has the biggest army and the most military might. So in that way it does make sense for Brevin to anything here? Oh, card. To plan his attack in obtaining the Kingdom Stone and amass a army from this kingdom. Like, as I said, he's kind of a smart villain in that regard. Like, his actions do make sense. I'm just a bit like, some things in the story just don't really make sense. Also, like, we saw that clearly Lilac had a reaction there as well, where she was thinking of her family maybe, but never mentioned, never brought up again. It's just there. Like, it's a bit odd. Anyway, mini boss time. If you can hold on to your metal shield here, then you will actually have a very easy time during the boss of this level, because yeah, of course there's also a boss fight at the end, and I'm not meaning this dude. He's a bit of a pushover. I think he's also actually shooting out metal projectiles. Anything up here? Nah, just for show. But yeah, the boss will use like metal property attacks. So you're pretty much immune to all of his attacks now, which is kind of hilarious. I guess all of the bosses have a attack type they use, but I don't know. This one I do happen to know because the metal shield is right near the end. Does Milla need torque? I don't think she does. Let's test this out. Maybe Carol can make it back to the main ship too with the motorcycle. I don't know. No, not quite.
You will face justice! Surrender!
I can't! I won't!
So, you have chosen death! How pathetic!
Okay, that speech took a bit long to initiate. It's kind of weird. But yeah, as a true proud prince, he is riding a giant mechanical peacock. Which doesn't look practical, but I do really like the design. This is a pretty simple boss. Just to demonstrate, we're totally immune to his attacks here. But as Milla, you can also deflect his shots. Although this does not hurt him. The trickiest part here is just hitting the different segments. And this is probably his most dangerous attack. Although you can kind of use this flower here to protect you from being blown off the ships, because yeah, the sides here are death pits, so you want to be very careful. This attack does not, you're not protected from this attack with the shield, so you want to be careful with that. This, however, no problem with the metal shield. But even without, it's fairly easy to dodge those attacks. But you want to be careful with that flower. Oh, I forgot a piece. I thought I added. Because if you... Oh, yeah, and this is also a property Milla has. She can actually pick up items in the environment too. Kind of forgot to show that. But yeah, like I've had before, where I was pushing up against this flower and I pushed left for a bit and I was blown off right away. So you want to be very careful with that. Just keep the right button press and you should be safe. And also, of course, you want to be very careful with using Lilac's boost here, because you can easily boost off the edge of the screen. And you should be almost down for the count here. It's not a very difficult fight, but it can take a while because all those segments are a bit... yeah, this is a lost routine. He doesn't become any more dangerous, he just still does the same thing. But yeah, because he's moving around so much, he can be a bit tricky. I think there's actually a achievement for getting rid of all the segments before he makes an attack. Anyway, that's it for this one. Join me next time. The muzzle.
This is far from over!
Yay! I'm a super dog!
Huh. So that's why your airships are boat-shaped.
How could Zhao do this?
He must have thought we were all he needed.
We would have been ready if he had told us. No wonder Brevin's gotten away with everything. Our leaders are too brain dead to pay attention to anything but themselves. Never mind. I don't know.
It's all right. How far is the closest city?
Shang-Tu is just a few miles east. The river should take us there.
We'll give that panda guy an update on our situation. The Magister might be able to help.
I hope he believes us. Things have been pretty crazy so far, huh?
Yeah.
How long have you been away from your parents?
I'm not sure. It feels like a really long time.
And you've been alone in the woods ever since?
Yeah.
I hope this doesn't sound weird, but that's kind of impressive. I wouldn't survive a day without my treehouse. Hey, when this is all over, how about we have a girls' night out? Just you and me.
You mean a play date?
Something like that. We could try out some dresses, or maybe buy a huge plate of sushi and just pig out.
What about Carol? Can she come too?
Good luck getting her to put a dress on.
Well, sure. I'd like that.
Great!
So, how did you two meet anyway? A green cat and a purple dragon girl seem like a weird mix.
Yeah, we were part of a street gang called the Red Scarves. We used to make crazy money from martial arts tournaments.
Is that where you met Spade?
Yeah. He was cool at first, but things got weird.
Why?
Well, there's lines we don't cross, and he crossed them.
If Spade is Prince Dale's brother, doesn't that make him a prince too?
I guess so. He never talked about it. Look, everyone! The city!
Haha, my friends! How did the negotiations fare?
Prince Dale took the stone.
We need to speak to the Magister immediately.
I see. Very well then. He deserves to know.
A thousand good greetings to you, Magister.
It's my understanding that Shuigang is now in possession of the Kingdom Stone.
Not exactly, Your Greatness. Someone else has it.
Explain.
It's been taken by a warlord named Brevin. He has been manipulating the three kingdoms into waging war.
And you have proof of this.
This is a fragment of one of Brevin's machines. Have your scientists examine it. You'll find that its mineral composition doesn't match anything that's built on your world.
Wait! Don't touch it! This theory you have of a man from another world sounds highly suspicious, at best. If you will allow me to explain, Magister, I have a different theory in mind.
Proceed.
This is nothing but an attempt from Mayor Zhao to cover up the atrocities he committed against our kingdom's stone. He must have offered you a generous reward to come here and make up this ridiculous story. After all, you can't resist money, Sosh Lilac and Carol T.
And you know our names because...
You were quite the fortune teller yesterday, so I couldn't resist doing a little background check. Not only have the two of you been stealing crystal shards, you've been working for the same group that claimed responsibility for the stone's theft. The Red Scarves.
Hey, look, Lilac, it's our identical twin sisters.
They're criminals and spies, Your Excellency.
Is this true?
We were just...
Wait. Magister, we're no longer members of the Scarves. It was a long time ago. We did what we had to survive.
Detain them until further notice. Make sure the commander and his evidence are properly quarantined.
Hey, easy!
Magister, please! We don't have time for this!
You're right. Take them away immediately.
Examine the fragment! Examine it!
It has come to my attention that there are still chasers among us. We must neutralize them.
Yeah! I'll get you, Commander!
According to our intelligence reports, direct infiltration of the city will be impossible without exposing our operations.
As soon as they leave, I want them dragged to our remote base. Do whatever it takes to bring them under our control.